So today I'm going to show you how I've made this pretty flip album and how I've made all the pretty stationery that I'm going to fill it with. So you open it once and it reveals that there's two inside pockets, and I've filled these with little 3x3 note cards. And you open it once more and there's 4 more pockets, and these are filled with gift tags, with greeting cards, and with journal cards. So to start off with, I'm going to be using 1.5 sheets of 12 by 12 pink paper, and I'm going to cut those in half to 6 by 12. I'm going to take the 12 by 6 inch and score it at 6 inches right in the center. Then I'm going to take 2 of the 12 by 6s and cut them down to 8 inches in length. And I'm going to save those cut off pieces because I'm going to be using them to make the 3x3 note cards. Then you're going to score at 2 1/4, and I've messed up here. I scored the first one at 2 1/8, but ideally you want to score them at 2 1/4. And then get some good creases in your folds. And then what you're going to do is put the short side of the flap at the back and the other short one at the front. Those are going to get glued down, and this is going to give us all the elements to open it up. So you open it up once, and then you've got 2 sections that you can open again. I'm also going to be using these cut aparts from a printable design set. The set is, the theme of it is love, so any of the quotes that are in there pertain to love, but not all of the cut aparts have a quote on them. So if you wanted to do something that isn't related to that theme or quote genre, then you can, there's lots to choose from as well. So there's some smaller cut aparts, there's tag size, there's round ones, and then there's the journal cards. There's also a number of smaller cards, quote cards, that I'm going to be picking from to make the journal cover, or sorry, the album cover. And then I'm going to be doing something on that flap to embellish it. So to make the inside pockets for the front inside flaps, I've taken a piece of gold cardstock, 4 1/4 inch square, and cut it in half diagonally. I'm going to be gluing those along the 2 outside edges to create the pockets. Then there's 4 sheets that are 5.5 inches long by 2 inches high, and I'm going to be using those for the inside pockets. I've also cut gold backers for all of the designs that I'm going to be using. These are for the 3-inch square cards. These ones are medallions that I'm going to be using to embellish pockets. These are for the gift tags. And then this grouping here, I'm going to be layering to make the cards. And the cards are just on white cardstock. Got pieces everywhere. So for the front cover, I'm going to take that flap. Before I glue it down, I'm going to round the corners just to give it a little bit more dimension, and then I'm going to use some distressing ink to just go around the edges and distress it a little bit. This is the front cut apart that I'm going to be using to embellish that. And then that little strip and heart is what I'm going to be using to embellish the flap on the front cover. So I've got my inside cut up, or pockets cut out, and I've just taken a round circle punch and just made a little thumb notch. And I'm just going to glue around each side and the bottom. And then I'm going to stick that down to the just slightly above the bottom there. Now, in retrospect, once I got the set done, because there was a lot of elements to fill the pockets with, I would have done them in a different method for this one. I probably would have made them a little longer and made a little bit of a area at the side to fold in so they would have a little bit more depth. But this is what they look like finished. So I'd like to say this was me after a couple of extra cups of tea, but it's just sped up, showing the process for making the 3x3 note cards. So there's this one, which just is really pretty hearts and flowers. This vintage flower, this really pretty one with the bird design, and another one that's sort of a peachy tones, hearts and roses. Next, I'm going to be working on the tags, and I'm just going to adhere the tag cut apart to some gold backing, and then I'm going to put that onto some white, just because when you flip the gold over, it's got a darker backing, and I think the white backing just is nicer if you want to use it for a tag for writing on. Once those are done, I'm just going to put a little hole in each one with a small paper punch. And with respect to the sizing of the backing, I just use either add an extra ½ an inch or a ¼ of an inch, depending on how big of an area I want for the backing itself. And that's pretty much a personal preference. So I'm just using some ribbon here, making a little slip knot, and these would make not only a nice gift tag, but they'd make a really nice bookmark as well. And this is what they look like finished. So now I'm going to be making the cards, and I just use a white cardstock, 8.5 by 11, that's cut in half, so it's 5.5 inches high, and then that is folded in half. I'm going to be using some gold cardstock to place on that as a first backer, then another decorative element from the design set, a little bit more gold, and then the final cut apart. And I just really like the look of layering. I just think it makes a really nice card, but it's also very, very simple. So this is sort of a snapshot of what it looks like once you add the layers on top of each other. It's a very easy process, but it gives you a really nice finished product. So this is the set that's done, and you can see that these ones coordinate with the tags and the 3x3 inch cards that have already been made. They're just in different orientations of cut aparts. So I like to add something on the inside of each card. So I've gone ahead and printed off another sheet or 2 sheets of the strips that go inside the card, and also the little circles that you use for the envelope seals. So these are the envelope seals that I've punched out. I just put a little bit of double-sided tape on the back. And then these are the strips for the inside of the card, and they've been designed so that you can use them regardless of the orientation of your cover. So you can use them long ways or short way. You just need to trim a little bit off the end. These also make really nice embellishments for other aspects as well, but I like them for the inside of the cards. So I've trimmed it down, and I'm just going to stick it down. You can put it on the top, the bottom. I tend to like the bottom orientation the best. And I've just got some double-sided tape on the back, and I'm just going to put it down that way. The other thing that I like to do is if my paper punch is a little wonky, or if you're cutting by hand and you have a bit of a rough edge, I just take a gold calligraphy marker and just go around the edges a little bit just to clean it up a little bit. You don't have to do that because it's just an envelope seal, but it's just something that's easy to do and adds a little bit of dimension to it. So these are the 2-inch circles that were in the set, and I'm going to be cutting out 2-inch circles from a medium weight chipboard to use as backers for them. And at this point I realized that my 2-inch paper punch was needing to be replaced. I tried sharpening it and didn't have much luck. So I'm just going to put some glue on that chipboard and then adhere the circles to it. And again, those are designed so that when they're printed you can use a 2-inch paper punch if you have one, or you can cut them out by hand. And you just have to be a little forceful to get them stuck down. So then I've cut out some hearts out of the gold that I've also mounted on chipboard and have some foam tape on the back. I'm going to use those for the front covers and the 2 inside pockets. And then I have my 2-inch circles with foam tape as well that I'm going to mount one on each of the 4 pockets on the inside. And if you keep them to either the right or the left, when you fold it, they'll fold in nicely and reduce the bulk of your folded folder once it's all put together. So here's our finished set. I think that these make really lovely things to have on hand for yourself if you need a card for any occasion. There's ones that have some quotes on them that pertain to love, and those would be great for weddings, anniversaries, bridal showers, things like that. And then there's lots that don't have any quotes on them that are great for any occasion. I also think that a set like this makes a really nice gift, teacher gift for the end of the year, housewarming gift, birthday gifts for a friend, just anything. So there's gift tags, there's journal cards, and then there's the greeting cards as well. And like I said, there's the 4 different design sets to choose from. So it makes a really nice gift, or really nice collection to have on hand for yourself. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you found some value in it, and even if this set isn't something that you want to purchase for yourself in terms of the printables, then I hope it's inspired you to use some of the cut-aparts that you have on hand and create your own designs, and perhaps create a flip album that you can put them in. And if you have found value in it, I hope that you consider giving the video a little thumbs up and subscribing for more. I've got lots of ideas that I'm working on, and consider leaving a comment below.